Be the smartest person in the room. Learn something about something. Learn 10 facts about the Battle of the Bulge. The Battle of the Bulge, which took place from December 16, 1944 to January 25, 1945, was one of the most significant and intense battles of World War II. It marked the last major German offensive on the Western Front. Let's explore some key facts about this historic battle. The battle took place in the dense forests of the Ardennes region in Belgium, near the border with Germany. This area was considered a quiet front, so the Allies were taken by surprise when the German offensive began. The Germans, under the command of Field Marshal Gert von Rundstedt, launched the attack in an attempt to split the Allied forces, capture the vital Belgian port city of Antwerp, and force the Allies to negotiate a peace settlement. Their goal was to weaken the Allies before the Soviet Red Army could arrive from the east. The offensive created a bulge in the Allied lines as German forces pushed through the Ardennes, creating a large indentation in the Allied front. The term Battle of the Bulge refers to this shape. The battle was initially a surprise due to the severe weather conditions. Dense fog and snowstorms grounded Allied air support, giving the Germans an advantage in the early days of the battle. Approximately 600,000 German soldiers and 80,000 Allied troops participated in the battle. The Allies initially underestimated the scale and intensity of the German offensive. One of the most heroic stands during the battle occurred at Bastogne, a town that was surrounded by German forces. The 101st Airborne Division, despite being outnumbered and encircled, held their position and famously responded to a German surrender ultimatum with the word nuts. The battle resulted in significant casualties. The Allies suffered around 90,000 casualties, including 19,000 killed. The Germans suffered about 100,000 casualties, including killed, wounded, and missing. The German offensive began to falter when the weather finally cleared, allowing the Allied Air Force to attack German positions, disrupt supply lines, and provide much-needed support to the ground forces. General George S. Patton and his Third Army played a pivotal role in relieving Bastogne. Patton's quick maneuvering and leadership helped to break the German siege and turn the tide in favor of the Allies. Although the Germans initially made significant gains, they ultimately failed to achieve their objectives. The Allies were able to repel the offensive, and the battle severely depleted Germany's resources, both in terms of manpower and equipment, hastening the end of the war in Europe. In summary, the Battle of the Bulge was a brutal and desperate last-ditch effort by Germany to turn the tide of the war. Despite initial successes, the Germans were ultimately defeated, and the battle played a crucial role in leading the Allies to victory in Europe just a few months later. Thanks for listening, and please subscribe if you want more 10 facts.